Hello and welcome back to some more F1 2020 and part 3 of the return of Jordan GP, my team career mode on this year's game. Today we have the third Grand Prix of the season, which is the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Thank you so much for the support on parts 1 and 2. So many people have subscribed and left likes on the video, and that is so appreciated. Thank you so much for the support. If you are enjoying, keep hitting that thumbs up button down below and make sure you click that subscribe button for daily F1 2020 content if you haven't already. So first things first, let's have a little look at our messages so you can see the car performance comparison. So we are considerably ahead of Williams and quite a bit ahead of Haas as well, and we're very much established in that sort of mid-group from Toro Rosso and Alfa Romeo. So, you know, a couple of more upgrades and hopefully we can start to definitively be that 6th best team. Obviously Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull very much a cut away, and then you've got those tier 2 teams, McLaren, Renault and Racing Point, who've been doing really well so far this year. If we have a look at the standings, you can see that Max Verstappen is currently leading the championship, and if we have a look at the constructors, you can see Renault currently 4th, McLaren very close as well, Racing Point 6th. We're currently in 8th position, so you know our ceiling is probably 7th. I think I said 6th before. 7th would be an absolutely amazing achievement. We've got some upgrades in the pipeline. You can see with our R&D upgrades on, we would be pretty much on the level of Toro Rosso. AlphaTauri, but they will probably make some upgrades as well. So, yeah, we've got nearly 2 million in the bank, so we can actually upgrade one of our facilities. So, yeah, I think we should probably do that. I think powertrain is not as important at the moment because I think Mercedes are handling that pretty well. I think maybe what we want to sort out first is the marketing. Get a bigger acclaim, I think, is going to be the first port of call. Obviously, we can't do any of that yet, apparently, so let's have a little look at what we can buy. So we can buy the build time, upgrade the durability build time. We can upgrade the quality control as well, improve failure chance reduction to 10%. Okay, so that's pretty good, but that's in the durability department. Can't do anything in the powertrain. Could do something in the personnel. We can upgrade the fitness center or the analysis suite. Okay, chassis, nothing we can do there, and nothing in aero either. I think we wait a little bit and maybe do some personal traits. I don't know exactly where we do that. Where was it again? It's not on here. I can't quite remember where it is. Driver perks, here we go.
Any extra money that you secured on perks. Each of these perks benefit both you and your current team. They stay with you, so they'll make you a more attractive prospect in future negotiations.
So driver claim will be boosted by 10%. I think that's an important one. Engine wear will be reduced by 10% for the power mapping. Media coaching, unlock 1 additional interview answer, and then resource point income. So I think we want to get the power mapping, and I think we want to get the social media team, and I also think we do well to get more resource points as well in the bank. So yeah, I think that's good. Just for now. Obviously no perks for Mick Schumacher yet. Not really sure why we can't spend anything on him.
Each
but
of these perks benefit both you and your current team. They stay with you, so they'll make you a more attractive prospect in future negotiations.
But hey ho, that's fine. But we've got a little bit of time, obviously 2 weeks between Grand Prix, so we can assign some activities. So I think, what do we want? Sponsor advertisements, so that'll increase our acclaim a little bit and give us a bit of cash. I think that's an important one to do. Okay, we can add in another one, another sponsor event, get some more acclaim in there. Chassis team building, power department focus. Let's go for the chassis team building. We'll do some reaction training, and we'll finish off with the sponsor event. So there you go, we've got plenty of things going on in between Grand Prix. So let's see how it all goes. Looks like one of our upgrades has failed. Yeah. There you go, that part's failed. We can develop it this time though for the next Grand Prix. Thursday the 9th of April. Okay, that's fine. Okay then. So I suppose we'll go and get used to the Vietnamese Grand Prix circuit around Hanoi, and I'll hand over to Future Joe, who'll talk about qualifying. So with 5 minutes to go, you can see our first run was only good enough for 19th place. We're going to have to do really well around this brand new Hanoi circuit. I'll talk a little bit more about the circuit itself when we're on the ridiculously long straight, but you can see this corner very reminiscent of China Turn 1. You sort of always turning, always feel like you're understeering onto this straight, which isn't as long as the next one, but still pretty hefty. You can see we're slightly down on our time so far. So breaking down into this little section, which reminds me a lot of Valencia. And then we come on to the main straight, which is very reminiscent of Baku. Just trying to keep the line as straight as possible through here. Very little tyre movement, and then a very important braking zone, which is going to be an excellent overtaking corner. A little bit of oversteer as we come out of the corner, and you can see we're slightly down. I don't think we're going to be getting into Q2 round here, but we'll see what our third sector's like. Again, this feels very much like Valencia for me. So here we come, coming up to the line, throw it round the final corner. What's it going to be? 17th. So we're not going to be getting through to Q2, which is a shame, but gives us a lot of work to do in the race. So we'll return to garage before we bin it in the wall. And we'll see if we stay in 17th. As you can see, Hamilton quickest, 1:36, and actually we go down to 19th, out-qualified by our teammate Mick Schumacher for the first time. He beats us by 28 thousandths of a second, with sandwiched by the Haas cars, still comfortably ahead of the Williams cars, particularly Latifi. But a disappointing qualifying, but all in all not that surprising around a very, very tough circuit, you would say. So yeah, there you go. I'll hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson for the 2020 and inaugural Vietnam Grand Prix.
Welcome along to the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi, a vibrant city built on the banks of the magnificent Red River. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, with a circuit specifically designed to encourage overtaking opportunities. I think we could be in for a cracking race today. It's a track that combines the bespoke design of a traditional race circuit with the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Esteban Ocon. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz, Perez and Lando Norris, Stroll, Kvyat, Kimi Raikkonen and Gasly, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Mick Schumacher and the captain, Grosjean, Ocon. They've taken a grid penalty, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So once again, great introduction from the two boys in the box. It's going to be an interesting race today. We actually move up a place because of Ocon's grid penalty, but I really don't think we're going to repeat the absolute miracle of last time, where we scored 2 points in Bahrain. It's going to be very, very tough today around this tight and twisty circuit, and I'd be surprised if we had 22 finishers today. There may well be a safety car as well.
Don't let me down.
So they're actually suggesting that we start on the medium tyres and move on to the soft later on, which has its advantages, I think, has its disadvantages, most definitely. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. We definitely want to put a bit more fuel in the car. A lot of straights around here, so yeah, okay, I can go with that. I suppose we can alternate a strategy and see exactly what would happen if we stopped after 7 laps, say. Let's have a look. So yeah, it's very, very similar, isn't it? Very, very similar times. Yeah, okay. I think we end with the soft tyres. We'll start on the... We'll trust the team, we'll trust the strategy. So let's get into it. So formation lap, of course. Got a nice good view of the lights. But yeah, how many of you guys have got the game and raced this circuit? How do you feel about it?
If you can, we need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
Obviously we've got Zandvoort coming up as well, another new circuit to Formula One. Or at least modern day Formula One. So looking forward to driving around there. Get these tyres nice and hot. Obviously got good opportunity on these couple of straights to do a good amount of weaving. You can see the carcass temperatures of the front tyres, certainly not at the same level, but we can see Mick Schumacher is on the same strategy as us. He's on the soft tyres as well, so we're doing something different at Jordan. We'll see whether it pays off. I don't think we've got the outright pace to go and get points in this Grand Prix, but hopefully with strategy Might well be able to do it. You can see we've warmed these tyres up nicely now. Oh! Nearly went into the back of Mick there. Ocon's been disqualified. George Russell's been disqualified. So, not really sure what's gone on there. Got Grosjean right behind us. And Schumacher behind him, so I don't really know what Schumacher did. But get it on to rich fuel mix. That's why getting ready to come round. So here we go. Getting ready for the start sequence. Bottas and Hamilton starting 1 and 2 once again. Seems like they've still got that timing glitch on the screens. I assume it's nothing. I assume Bottas was quicker than Hamilton. And here we come, starting in 18th position, and we've angled our car really weirdly. And surely that is not the way that we want to angle it, so I don't know what the AI's... Whoa! We've just jumped forward there, no idea. Lights out, away we go here in Vietnam for the first ever race. We get off the line a little bit better than Mick Schumacher, and we've got the inside line as we go into turn 1. It's very, very bunched up. Just got to be very careful here not to lose our front wing. You can see Grosjean, he's not afraid to throw it down the inside. He gets the position, but we have jumped Schumacher at the very least. But look at this, side by side. I can't believe he squeezed through there. But now we go down the inside again. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Too much contact. Too much contact. Let's have a little look at this as we come down the straight. You can see a bit of wheel barging. Oh, used a flashback there by accident. Didn't mean to. Actually whacked Ocon ahead of us. I hope that hasn't bashed our front wing. Luckily not. We're down to 20th now, so a bit of a crazy bunched start of this Grand Prix.
Okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a safety car sooner or later.
Caution, caution.
And there's yellow flags, so something has happened. Not entirely sure what. Maybe we'll have a look on the replay. Let's have a look. So you can see everyone coming through cleanly. Yeah, seems like everyone's done okay. Yeah, no idea what all that was about then. But we're back past Schumacher. The lead Jordan car again.
Mick is in the pits. Mick in the pits.
Well, Schumacher in the pits. I'm assuming he must have lost a bit of his front wing at some point. So apologies to Mick if that was my fault. Obviously it compromises both of our races. Or, well, it affects the team. You know, massively. One car virtually out of the running now. I mean, hopefully he puts the hard tyres on and just goes to the end. That's what I'm hoping he's done. Well, we throw it down the inside of Grosjean. And we're through.
DRS
So up to 18th.
You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Having a look at Gasly as well, and we're through. Managed to slow the car down nicely there, so starting to get into the rhythm a little bit of this racetrack. Well, we got Gasly going down our inside.
Come on, you can win that place back.
Oh, there's been an incident with Giovinazzi. We've managed to make it through. Oh, hang on.
Move was illegal. Return the position. Green flag.
That seemed a little bit harsh that we had to hand that position back. Well, we're back through on Gasly.
We're leading our teammate by 13.3 seconds.
Go down the inside of Magnussen and we're through. So we're going to try and catch up to Grosjean now and Kvyat. Grosjean was amazingly behind us before that yellow flag incident. We just got caught behind a load of guys that had bunched up on the corner, but it's all good for now. 16th place. Just going to hope that these guys behind don't catch us, but it's looking like they are going to. You can see Magnussen closing in clearly, trying to use the overtake button to defend. Well, there goes Gasly. Gasly through. To try and make the overtake again, but we are coming into the pits at the end of this lap, believe it or not.
Gasly is in the pits.
Right, we're in the pits. First time I've been in this pit lane all weekend. So, yeah, be interesting to see where we come out. Obviously right at the end of the pit lane. And there goes Grosjean. We're away. Almost got out ahead of Gasly.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
So obviously now we're on the soft tyres, so we should be the quicker car. Can we make it back through the field? I want to know what tyre Schumacher's on. If he's on the hard tyre, I think he's pulled a genius stroke. But anyway, let's push hard. So we're right behind Gasly. We're going to be getting the DRS. Surely we're going to be able to make a move here. But maybe not. Just haven't got the straight line speed to compete. But we're both catching up to Romain Grosjean. Ahead. 2.6 seconds a gap at the moment.
For the race.
So final lap of this Vietnamese Grand Prix, and well, we at least got past Pierre Gasly, but haven't managed to close in on Romain Grosjean all that much. We've definitely got more pace than him, but tyres are just dropping away now, unfortunately. But trying to break that 1 second gap to Gasly is going to be very difficult as we come through this long hairpin before the straight, and Gasly, well, within half a second, he's surely going to pass us with the DRS here. Lewis Hamilton wins the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Here comes Gasly. He's going to have a look. He's going down the inside. We're holding it round the outside, so some action here at the end, trying to hold it, but we've spun. We've spun, and that's a disaster, really. There goes Russell, so the Williams is going to finish ahead of us. I think Giovinazzi got a little bit affected by a little incident there, and well, we've lost even more of the front wing now. This is an absolute disaster at the end of the Vietnamese Grand Prix. We might well just be able to stay in 17th, but This is the final corner. Schumacher and Giovinazzi want to get through. And there goes Schumacher. What we do? Oh, we've just binned Giovinazzi, but that was crazy. That was really, really poor at the end there. But a bit of entertainment for you guys, I'm sure.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. And talk to me. What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So let's review the updated drivers' standings. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, for me it's got to be Lewis Hamilton. The multiple world champion may be the boring choice at this point, but you can't argue that he's a driver deserving of his reputation.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So there you have it then. A disappointing race for us, but not for Lewis Hamilton, who secures his second victory of the season and the fastest lap as well for 26 points from this Grand Prix. Bottas finishes second, Verstappen in third, Vettel fourth, Albon fifth, Ricciardo sixth, Norris seventh, Stroll eighth, Raikkonen ninth, and Carlos Sainz in 10th. We finish all the way down in 17th place. George Russell actually got a 5-second penalty, so he finished behind us apparently. I don't really know how we finished less than 5 seconds behind him, but that's the way it goes. Giovinazzi finishes 20th. I mean, our pace was pretty decent. Our pace was competitive with you know, the likes of Kvyat. You know, we were much quicker than Gasly, Grosjean, Perez, even Sainz higher up. So, you know, we had decent pace, but just couldn't convert it. Oh, that's Mick Schumacher. I apologise. Mick Schumacher had good pace. And a two-stop strategy as well. The only person in the field that did two stops. So he would have been very close to points had he finished... Had he only stopped once. But that's the way it goes. We'll see what happens at the end of this Grand Prix. There's going to be some damage costs because we lost bits of our front wing, but hey.
Have your take on it. You lost to your teammate today. Was it just not your day?
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Great. Well, that's everything.
So there you go. Claire, happy with the interview. Unfortunately, not getting the kind comments this week. But there you go. You know, generally we beat Giovinazzi in the rivalry. It's obviously 6 races remaining for that one. You can see we've increased our acclaim, which is good. Mick's increased his as well. The team definitely into level 4 territory now. Complete a race with no DNFs, so we do get a little bit of money for that. I don't know if there was any sort of damage costs. Didn't see that. But round 4 is China, so again another tough circuit. Lots of, you know, high-speed corners, which I think is our big problem at the moment. We're a very understeery car. I think we definitely need to try and tackle that in the upcoming Grand Prix. But there you go. Got a couple of weeks, so we've got things that we can add in. We've got an invitational event as well, which we might well do in the next episode. But if you have enjoyed part 3 of this career mode, then make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. It really does help out. It means the absolute world, the amount of support that I'm getting at the moment. It's so much appreciated. If you haven't already, subscribe for daily F1 2020 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.